What is up, agents? This is Wrecker back with another really powerful Oxidizer build. So this is actually another variant of it because the original version that I made is actually still on the channel. You can check it out if you want, but this is the most meta version that you can put together presently in the game as far as the maximum amount of damage goes for the Oxidizer ticks, especially on higher difficulties, legendary missions or incursion or raids. This is the one you need. So basically, you will be able to hit over 700k ticks on your Oxidizer as solo, but in a team with the right team buffs and especially with the right global event. Let's say Guardian, for example, you will actually be able to achieve over 1,000,000 on your Oxidizer ticks. So that's what we have today. So let's get into the build breakdown and see what we have. Okay, so this is the full thing, everyone. Now I'm trying a different approach with this build, this video, because some of you have been asking, if I could show you the full thing from the get-go while I break down everything. So in case anyone wants the template only, just have a look at it and be on their way. There you have it. So this is the full thing. So basically for the specialization, we are running Technician. Two primary reasons is because I need to run the Artificer Hive, that's really important, and secondly that comes down to what pieces do you have. In my case, I did not get the 6th piece with the skill tier preferably, but that's the second reason I'm running the Technician, to get the last skill tier that we need. But if you have all 6 items, all 6 gear pieces with a skill tier on it, because 2 of them actually unicorn pieces, this Contractor's gloves and the Fox's pair knee pads, these are very difficult to farm actually if you are looking for this kind of setup, but I'll explain that later. Moving on to the gear pieces first, actually this time, then I'll explain back why I'm running these specific weapons. But yeah, we are basically running 3-piece Empress International. In my case, I'm running the mask, the chest, and the holster. Now on the chest, we are running the glass cannon talent on the chest here, and that's very important because if you want to get as much damage as possible on your Oxidizer ticks on this build, I would highly recommend running glass cannon rather than any other damage talent that there is. So as far as the bonuses go for Empress International, we're getting 10% skill health, skill damage, and skill efficiency. That covers everything. Now as far as the attributes go, the first attribute, that's really a no-brainer. You're gonna have to run skill damage. But the second minor attribute, that actually comes down to your personal preference. For me personally, I just want to get my chem back as fast as possible so I could shoot more and wait less, So that's why I'm running skill haste for all the second minor attributes on all 6 pieces, right? But if you want your cloud duration for the Oxidizer to last a bit longer, you can actually go with skill duration on the second slot. But it's not that much of a difference. I have done testing and it's like less than a second difference if you, or maybe a second or 2 if you run skill duration all over the build. But then again, totally up to you what you want. But especially in higher difficulties, you are going to be shooting your chem as much as possible, and you will be running out very quickly from your chem launchers, and you are going to have to need your chem back as fast as possible. So I would recommend skill haste, but totally up to you if you want to run skill duration. But anyhow, as you can see, this is basically the same theme on all 6 pieces. Just run skill damage, skill haste, and or skill duration on the mods, and you should be good to go. As you can see in the mask, same thing, chest piece, same thing, and also the holster, skill haste and skill damage here. And yes, you are gonna need 6 skill tiers. So if you don't have skill tiers on all 6 pieces, then again run Technician and you should be good to go. For the backpack, we are actually running the Wyvern backpack here for the 10% skill damage. Same theme here, skill damage, skill haste, and skill tier on the attributes and core. And for the talent, we are running Texaco. This is really important because this is the most beneficial talent, especially for the Oxidizer build here. It's gonna get you kills right away, so as soon as you kill an enemy, with your Oxidizer, you're gonna get an instant 25% skill damage, and this keeps refreshing with each kill, so there's no cooldown, or you don't have to worry about refreshing it. It just keeps up for the entire combat duration, so this is really good. As far as the last two pieces go, we are running the contractors on the gloves and the Fox's pair knee pads. Now this is very important because these are unicorn pieces you're gonna have to farm for. So basically you need both the pieces with skill damage as a minor attribute already on it, so you could reroll the core attribute. Like let's say here I have got the skill damage on the minor attribute, so I have rerolled to a skill tier. And the reason we are running these two pieces is because of the special attributes, damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover. Now this is very important because the Oxidizer Chem Launcher is actually the only talent that can basically utilize these two attributes as far as skills go. So that's why, to get the most amount of ticks from your Oxidizer, these are really important pieces to run. I will get to the weapons, what attributes we're running on those, but this is very important, okay? So damage to armor on the gloves and damage to targets out of cover on your knee pad. If I come down to the weapons here, now I'm running personally the capacitor, and as the secondary I'm just running a shotgun. How high the number you can hit on your Oxidizer ticks, it's totally up to what exact weapon and talent combination you're running, right? So if you're running capacitor, you should be getting over 600k ticks, without any stacks. So you can just simply shoot your chems and just hold capacitor in your hand, and you should be getting way over 600k ticks with ease. So that's not a problem, okay? But if you want to stack up your capacitor, that's totally up to you. On legendary difficulty, it's very easy to actually stack it up and keep it there, because there are tankier enemies. But the important thing is that the capacitor actually comes with damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover. Now that's the only weapon that does that with both the attributes as far as ARs go. So this is really important. So it's totally up to you, but if you want to just get the damage buff as quickly as possible, I would highly recommend running just any shotgun, because again, shotguns do come with both the attributes DTA and DTOC. So just roll those on a shotgun, and I would recommend using the talent in sync, because this way you don't have to stack up anything. Just shoot enemy once and you will get a 30% weapon boost right away. It's not still as powerful as the fully stacked up capacitor, because then again capacitor actually gives you 60% skill damage on full stacks compared to this 30%, but then again you're gonna have to stack it up. So it's totally up to you, totally personal preference. So lastly, let me head over to our skills real quick. As I mentioned earlier, you are gonna need Artificer. This is the primary source of basic buff that you can get on your Oxidizer. So this is really important, okay? So run this Artificer Hive. That's also the reason you're gonna have to run Technician. So there we have it, and it's a fully stacked up skill tier 6 Hive. In a total we are getting 32 charges, and same thing for the Oxidizer, of course. Fully stacked up we are getting +7 ammo in total, and the duration is actually just over 14 seconds. Again, if you want to run skill duration mods or attributes in there, it will go up to like 15.5 seconds, but it's not gonna matter, because as far as gameplay goes, as I mentioned earlier, the enemies won't be standing in that cloud or long enough to be able to survive in that setting. So it's pointless for me, at least, to run skill duration in it, but totally up to you. As far as the mods go that I'm running on both the skills, for the Artificer I'm running 10% range and duration. These are two mods that come from the Technician spec, and the third one is actually a waste of slot, but I don't know, because I don't think stim efficiency works on the Artificer, but there's no other mod either that you can actually run on this slot, so run whatever. As far as the mods on the Oxidizer goes, we are running 5% damage and 7.5% radius. So these are the modes I'm running. But yeah, this is the full thing and it works insanely good as far as my testing goes. And this is the most meta Oxidizer build that you can build presently in the game, okay, for the maximum amount of damage ticks on your Oxidizer. Yes, there are other variations, in fact my own that I mentioned in the intro, the original version. It's on the channel, you can check it out. That's probably the most viewed video on my channels, and appreciate the support on that. But yeah, it's this one is the most meta version that you will see out there as well. But this is not that hard to build. Only the unicorn pieces that you see here, the contractors and the knee pads, these are the only two pieces you're gonna have to spend time on farming on. But if you get lucky, you should get them fast enough. But yeah, this is basically it as far as the full build goes. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.